Newsflash. Don't you love when white people say newsflash? Newsflash. Bisexual people exist.
Look at my mouth. It's exactly how I feel.
I'm gonna let you sniff my hand so you know that I'm not the enemy when I tell you this. Bisexual people are still queer. I know that's gonna cause a lot of drama. But they are queer. And you have to respect that. In the last week, 3 separate women have made the brave decision to come out as dating men. Jojo Siwa, Billie Eilish, and Fletcher have all been reported to have been dating men despite their queerness. And I say despite because everybody on the internet has been lambasting them, saying that they are queer baiters, that they're frauds, and that they are shams. Well, y'all, I'm here to tell you, you're wrong and you're stupid. And there are bigger problems in the world. If you haven't been paying attention since last year, Billie Eilish did come out as bisexual after a Vanity Fair interview outed her, and she was like, okay, yeah, I am queer and I like boys and girls. She did release a track on her last album called Lunch, and that song is all about, well, munching box and eating that girl up for lunch. I would like to reiterate, Billie did say that she likes boys and girls, and I think that the expectation when you come out as bisexual is that you're going to like act upon it in the queer way because like you made it a point to come out, when in reality she said she likes boys and girls, so she's gonna like boys and girls. And if she gets the opportunity to date a girl, I'm sure she's gonna date a girl. But if she gets the opportunity to date a man, then she's gonna be dating a man. Like, we all need to get over that. Now, when these images surfaced, taken by Backgrid, of her and Nat Wolff kissing on a balcony, the internet kind of broke down because everybody was hoping that Billie Eilish would be in a sapphic relationship. The internet is assuming that these two people are dating now since they are kissing on the balcony, and like that's like a really romantic thing to do. Queer fans conveniently forgot that she was never a lesbian, that she was always bisexual, and have now decided that instead of just being okay with someone liking someone, they need to like have control over the situation, and decided that Billie Eilish like lied to us and she queer baited us. Now, why is it so shocking that she's kissing a man on a balcony? The answer? It isn't. It isn't shocking. You're all just stupid. Oh, extra, read all about it. Ooh, I'm gonna be bringing that one back. But newsflash, she can date whoever she wants and it doesn't negate her queerness. Now, if you take nothing else from this video, just know that is the message. The message is bisexual people exist. And no matter who they date, no matter how their relationship is presented to the world, whether it's a hetero relationship, whether it is a queer relationship, whether it's somebody who does not align in the confines of gender, they are still queer. A lot of people are really quick to jump to queer baiting when it comes to queer celebrities, because I think that we hold space. I think we hold so much space for queer celebrities, and we hold them in such high regard that when they don't turn out to be exactly the person that we believe them to be, it's like disappointing, and you've decided that you've been manipulated in the scenario instead of just realizing that like sexuality is like fluid and that people are constantly figuring that out about themselves. While Billie Eilish has never been in a relationship with somebody who is female identifying, it doesn't negate her queerness. It doesn't negate her queerness. I don't know how many times I need to say it. It just doesn't negate her queerness. She is so queer. It's honestly a weird expectation to have for anyone that they would ever be in a relationship with somebody of the opposite gender or the same gender. I'd be saying this if Billie Eilish were in a WLW relationship right now and people were like, I never saw this for her. Like, I think it's very weird. She should be in a relationship with a man. I'd be saying the same thing because it's weird to put that expectation on people. It's weird to like dictate who people can be in relationships with or who they should be in relationships with. I think that that's odd. Billie actively is somebody who uses her platform to advocate for queer people. She has donated to the Trevor Project. She has made it very clear where she stands in terms of politics regarding queerness and queer relationships and marriage. I don't understand why her character is really being put into question here. Jojo Siwa is also under some scrutiny, which I love that this is the second time that I have to be talking about Jojo Siwa.
Jojo, have you learned nothing?
While Jojo did previously identify as a lesbian, she met Chris in the Big Brother house and realized that there is space in her sexuality for men, and that's okay. And she's figuring it out. She's 21, 22. She's figuring out who she is. And I don't think it's the end of the world that she's in a relationship with a man. Now, I'm not defending her relationship with Chris Hughes. I'm not saying like she should be in a relationship with Chris Hughes. I don't know anything about that man, but I am saying it's not weird that he's a man. And if it were any other man, it's not weird. She decided that queer was a label that more aligned with her sexuality. And I'm questioning, like, do you guys have a dictionary? Do you know what queerness is? Because queerness is just any sexual orientation that is not straight. That is not straight. You guys are attacking actual queer people, when in reality, there's people who don't even believe that queer people exist. There's people who don't even believe that fucking trans people exist. Why are we coming for actual queer people? Isn't it so backwards? Those people need our protection just as much as we need their protection. Why must we constantly act like bisexual people are like faking it or are just like trying to be included? You know what I mean? When in reality, it's like if somebody is an ally, that's like enough for me to kind of be okay with them associating with the community. Does that make sense? Like somebody who's rooting for us, even if they are heterosexual, if they are rooting for us, that to me, that's enough. If they're advocating for us, if they're using their privilege to advocate for us, that's enough for me. Billie Eilish has been doing that. Here's my other through line to this. Bisexuality is not an affront to your sexuality. Do you know how straight people think that being homosexual is an affront to their sexuality? Well, like, you're doing the same thing, but with bisexual people. And don't you hate it when straight people do that to you? So let's think about that for a second. Let me just like put that one on there for you. Our community is inclusivity. If you're gay and you don't believe that the LGBT community is about inclusivity and you think that it's just the LGB community or some shit like that, or the LG community or whatever, you are trash and you're actually not a part of my community. My community is inclusive of bisexual people. My community is inclusive of asexual people. My community is inclusive of trans people. My community is inclusive of intersex people. That's the point of the community. It's a community because it's inclusive. If you believe the opposite, you are not a part of it. You are not, I don't care what your sexuality is, you do not belong. Period. Period, you don't belong. My community is inclusive of allies. My community is inclusive of people who are rooting for me and people like me and other people in my community. You do not belong if you do not believe that. So why are Jojo Siwa and Billie Eilish being attacked on the internet for dating men when they are actively representatives of the queer community? I want everyone to really focus up because there are really rights at stake right now in the nation, and you're getting caught up on who people are dating, which is deeply inconsequential to your life. You know what is consequential to your life? Trans people are being literally attacked politically right now by the government. Intersex people are being attacked by Riley Gaines on the internet. Riley Gaines just fucking publicly ridiculed a girl in high school, saying that she's a man on the girls softball team that just won their state finals. And y'all are worried about this? Like, why don't you go defend actual queer people? Why don't you go start actually defending queer people instead of publicly attacking them? You're backwards. You're backwards and you're fucked. And I don't like it. Okay, last person I'm going to talk about is Fletcher, Carrie Fletcher, or Fletcher, the artist. She recently came out with a song called Boy, and the song Boy is about her relationship she has started recently with a boy. Fletcher has always been a pretty like queer presenting artist, and I think a lot of lesbians really like her music because she was always talking about relationships she had been in with women. She identifies as queer as of like a week ago. Since I'm filming this, she made a public Instagram post for Pride Month being like, I love this community, I love being queer. And then she released this song Boy, and the lyrics are like a little weird. She says, I know it's not what you wanted to hear, and I'm scared of what you'll think of me. She fell in love with a boy and she's scared to tell everyone about it. So she did do an interview, and I do think that the interview was a little poorly worded because she did kind of describe this new chapter of her life as like an exhale. You know, she's leaving behind the toxicity and the chaos of sapphic relationships, which like I don't agree with. I don't think that that's right. That's weird. Maybe for her own personal journey that is like true, but to paint like that side of her queerness as like toxic is like really like questionable to me, and I don't really like that. I think her album's called something like Would You Still Love Me If You Knew Me For Real or something like that. I think that she framed this the way that she did, and all of you are proving why she did that, why she was so scared to come out with this information and say that she was in a relationship with a man, is because of the reaction you're giving to it right now. I get that you want queer people to exist and to power through the political climate right now, but what I'm saying is that people discovering their sexuality is not like giving up. People expanding upon their sexuality is not giving up, and it's not succumbing to an agenda. I think tweets like, I guess being bisexual is cool until you have to date someone of the same gender is fucking weird. You are fucking weird. If you believe that gender is on a spectrum, and if you believe that sexuality is on a spectrum, then this should not be a conversation. I'm gonna say it again. You're not a part of my community. You are trash. You're fucking trash, and I don't appreciate that. I hope the best for you. I hope you find your way, and I hope that you find the ability to accept people for who they are, but you're fucking trash, and until you can do that, you are fucking garbage, and you're not one of me. You're not one of us. You're not one of us. You're not a part of me. Same with like the gay fucking Republicans. You're not one of me. You're not one of us. And I guess this is also annoying to see because there are actual artists in this world who are co-opting queer culture constantly and who are using queerness for financial gain when they are actively stating that they are not queer and that they have nothing to do with the community and that they don't do anything to actually give back to the community that they are co-opting. And I encourage everyone to think really critically about artists that are actually co-opting. And one thing I do want to say is that we need to retire the term queer baiting. It no longer serves us. People are arguing about queer baiting, saying real people can't queer bait. One thing I want to say, real people can't queer bait. Businesses can. Artists are businesses and artists are personas. They can. But I'm not even saying that artists are queer baiting. They are just co-opting queer culture for their own financial gain. Their studios are co-opting queer culture for their own financial gain. And they're erasing the history behind queer culture by actively ignoring it. By actively never talking about it. They are not progressing our movement. And that to me is the worst crime. That to me is the worst crime. If you are not going to acknowledge it and you are just going to steal it, then you're trash. And then I lose respect for you. Is it queer baiting? No. Is it co-opting queer culture? Yes. Queer baiting as a term is not progressive, and it is not indicative of where we are right now in terms of sexual liberation. So I'm going to retire that. It's gone. Don't come to me saying queer baiting. This Pride Month, far fewer corporations are doing anything to signify their allyship whatsoever. And in years past, we have been the first people to call them out and say that this is stupid and that you are just doing this so that queer people will buy more shit from you. After literally a decade of doing that, this year we're saying, oh, now it's weird that you're not doing it. I agree, but we knew that the whole time. We knew they were just faking it the whole time to sell more shit. Now that politics are moving away from siding with trans people, from protecting trans people, we're seeing a shift in the culture again. One more thing. Chappell Roan is queer. Your conspiracy theories that she's faking it suck. They're misogynistic. They're honestly homophobic. I'm just going to say that. They're fucking homophobic and you're fucking weird. And you are continuing to set us back as the queer community. I don't care if she comes out and she's dating a man in the next 2 days. She is constantly uplifting and giving opportunities to people in the queer community, constantly platforming queer people, and you're busy conspirizing that she's not a lesbian. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. She is a part of the community. Anybody who is repping for queer people that hard, whether they are queer or not, is a part of the community. And if you are actively bringing down queer people, publicly queer people, you're fucking evil. You're fucking evil, and I don't fucking like you. If you like this video, please consider leaving it a like. Leave a comment. What do you think about these situations? Do you think that this is all just misogyny? Do you think that this is all just bi erasure? Do you believe in bi people? And if you don't believe in bi people, don't leave a comment. I don't actually give a fuck. Please consider subscribing to my channel. It helps me out very much. If you want to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, I am at JakeThatcher_. And if you want to follow me on Twitch, I'm at ThatcherJake. I have a podcast. We come out with an episode every other Monday, and on the off Mondays, we post on our Patreon. I have to go and leave hate comments under Riley Gaines' tweets. Bye.
Ryan Gosling bars crashes into us. To die by your side is such a heavenly way.